Hello, everybody. Hello, Enrique. Nice to see you here. How is everybody? Sorry, I'm a minute late. I lost track of time and I had to go, drag a comb through my hair and make myself look presentable. We'll wait a minute for a few folks to pop in and I'll get my cards ready. How are you doing? You're all alone, sitting by the phone? Is that what you said? Oh my goodness. That's great. I'm going to keep my glasses off as long as I can because with this window here, I'm going to figure that out. It's creating a glare. But I also need to see. So let's wait for a few people to come in on this beautiful Labor Day weekend. If you're in the US, you'll know what I'm talking about. It is a holiday, so I thought we would do our TarotScopes on the day. Yes, on the holiday. Hi, Rosaire. Hey, Rosaire, I'm so sorry I haven't texted you or sent you an email or called you. I received your beautiful gifts. I love them. I cannot wait to read this book. Rosaire gave me this book I mentioned the other day, Mary Magdalene Revealed. And I'm so excited, and I adore the cards. There's some Mary Magdalene cards. So thank you. Happy No Labor Day. I like it. I like it. Yeah. Give my cards a quick shuffle. Hi, Ms. Sherlock. Nice to see you as well. Let's just wait. I haven't seen the notification go out yet, so we'll wait until a few more people start to pop in and get their notifications. Hi, Margaret D. Great to see you. Margaret D, you're in Canada. Do you guys celebrate Labor Day in Canada? I bet you do. Hi, Annie Bear. Good to see you. Happy Monday. Happy September. Yes, you do. Do you celebrate it on the same day, Margaret? Is it today as well, or do you have it another day? Rosaire says she always thought today was about labor and delivery. Could be. That's hard work too. All right. So today is our weekly TarotScopes. I'm going to go ahead and put a little ticker up. I'm not going to be taking personal questions today unless I just have a change of heart at the end, but I really do. Thank you for putting that question in. If I decide to take some questions or we have extra time, I will let you know at the end. Thank you so much. I had, I think some of you attended on Saturday morning as well. And thank you for joining me for your personal readings. And then I ran off to do a psychic fair at one of our local shops. And I thought it was going to be slow because it's a holiday weekend here, but it was busy. Like I think I did 9 back-to-back readings. And it was intense. Everybody's questions were pretty doggone intense. We live in intense times, don't we? Let's see. Are my glasses going to be completely glared? I'll have to do this. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's now that because it's morning, I have the sun coming in. It was really great. Thank you, Annie Bear. I appreciate it. I also ask everybody keep sending your prayers, please, for my sons. One son got notification that he lost the job, and I think I told you about that. The other one had his interview on Friday, and he thinks he bombed it, but I don't know. He's very sensitive, so I bet he did. So keep prayers up that maybe that one's still active, right? This is the son who's trying to move to England. Yeah, 9 readings, and then, of course, I did all the readings here this morning too, so Annie Bear, so, that morning. So it was my brain was like my body, my brain, everything was fried. Yeah. Where's what month or what sign? We are starting with, let me tell you, I forgot. I forgot. Oh, we're starting with Scorpio this time. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Let me just make sure I have that in my notes. Okay. All right. Tasha W. Hello. Good to see you too. Well, while people are getting notifications and sipping on their coffee or doing whatever they're doing, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I want to say to anybody who's new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Kelly S. I'm the Mystic Next Door, and I have big glare on my glasses, so I'll take them off until I absolutely need them. Anyway, oh, no worries, Miss Sherlock. No worries. Thank you. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this week. And of course, we are starting the month of September today. So I want to say happy September, everybody. Yay. So happy birthday to all of those who have September birthdays. And that would include myself and my mother. I was born on my mom's birthday. Can you imagine being in labor all day for your birthday? Yay. So, and I was born 5 minutes before midnight. So if I had delayed any longer, I would have been born in October because I was born on the last day of the month. 5 minutes to midnight. Yes. And to all my Virgo babies out there, if you have a birthday this week, a very, very happy birthday to you. Please celebrate yourself. So great. Yes, thank you, Enrique. Yeah, isn't that wild? My mom said she refused any medication because it would have slowed down her labor. Speaking of Labor Day, and so to make sure that I came on her birthday, right? If she was going to go through all that struggle, she might as well have a birthday buddy. And that's kind of funny. Everybody in my family is paired up with somebody else. My dad and my brother were a week apart, and my 2 sisters are a day apart. So we all kind of shared birthdays in my family. Isn't that interesting? I wonder why that happened. Anyway, nobody got their own birthday for the most part, and especially my poor mom, because your kid's birthday is always going to overshadow yours. So anyway, Enrique says, Scorpios are often described as intense, passionate, and highly intuitive with a strong magnetic personality. Yes, they are. That is true. I have a Scorpio sun, but I am a Libra. So last day of September, I'm a Libra. Hi, Crystal. Nice to see you. Okay, Crystal, I'm not doing personal readings today unless I decide to, and I'll let you know at the end. After we go through the astrology, we'll go through your TarotScopes. So I started to say, if you are new here, my name is Kelly Scarborough, the Mystic Next Door. And I call myself that because I think we're all a little bit mystical to one degree or another, however we want to receive it in our lives, nurture that energy in ourselves. I am a psychic, a medium, and a healer, and I'm just so happy to be here. As you'll see, I'm a little bit of an astrologer, but really an amateur. So I like to give you kind of the basics here. And if you really want more of a reading, please go to a full-fledged astrologer. In fact, if anybody knows Ness, you've probably seen her on some of the other channels in the chat, or seen her on with Linda G. She did a reading for me yesterday, and it was fabulous. So if anybody wants a reading, check out Ness, Ness, and you'll have to go to her channel to find her info. You probably go on Linda G, her collab with Linda G to find her info. But anyway, she gave such a fantastic, detailed reading to both me and my husband yesterday. So, great astrologer. So I'm a mini astrologer, and I will go ahead and give you my impressions of what's going on this week. So, and I wanted to say we did just begin September. It is September 1st. Happy September. It will be an eventful month, guys. Shocker, right? What month in in 2025 hasn't been eventful yet? They're all eventful. So September will not be any different. In fact, it is eclipse season now, as we'll talk about a little bit more. But we were going to have a lot more activity politically. Weather-wise, we're going to see more events and much, much more. So really kind of, buckle in and brace yourself and use the energy of eclipse season to manifest. Okay, this can bring opportunities for lasting change. And sometimes some disruptions. So very, very interesting times that we live in, especially if you are a Pisces or Virgo, because these eclipses are in the Pisces-Virgo axis. You will feel this quite a bit. And I'll talk about that a little bit more in a moment. I just want to generally talk about the weather has been cooler, at least where I am. I understand it's still hot in California, but it has been quite a bit cooler, almost, dare I say, even a little chilly in the mornings and at night here where I am in Colorado, which is a little unusual in August. It's usually pretty warm at this time of year, especially the last 10 or 15 years. But I see that we have a cold front coming, especially central Canada and through the northern part of the U.S. You may feel some pretty chilly weather, maybe even a little snow if you're in a higher elevation. So maybe that's a good thing, especially since Canada and the U.S. have had some fires. We've also had a little rain here, which is nice because we've also had some big wildfires in the western part of our state, and hopefully those things will calm down, right? We've had a lot of fire and air energy fueling each other over the last few months, and of course that equates to wildfires. So it is also back to school season. If anybody has kids out there, I would say good times, right? Get the kids or the grandkids back into a routine and make sure you find some me time, especially for those moms and dads out there who stay so busy. And I also want to say I've heard about upticks in COVID, especially when the kids get back. Miss Sherlock, I'm in Colorado. Thank you. Sorry if I didn't say that. What was I going to say? Oh, I've heard about an uptick in COVID. I've seen more people wearing masks. So I think we want to keep an eye out for that, keep our energy strong, make sure we're staying healthy through these kind of chaotic times, right? So let's just keep ourselves fortified, good nutrition, good rest, keep our minds calm, that sort of thing. We've also been having, speaking of minds calm, more large Earth-facing solar flares that also can trigger our emotions and our physical energy. And we saw that early this morning, this triggered a large earthquake, a 6.0 in Afghanistan, which I guess it's large enough because it killed at least 800 people. In that area, in that part of Afghanistan where the earthquake was the strongest. And so prayers to anyone who is affected by that. We send up our prayers to all those who lost their lives here on earth, as well as their families and their friends, and those who are injured. Of course, we send healing. And I wanted last thing I want to talk about is that we are still in the tail end of that grand trine that I spoke about last week. This one is between Mercury, Moon, and Chiron, and it's in the fire sign, in fire signs, right? So it activates that passion, creativity, and action-oriented energy, and also, like I just talked about, fires, right? We've had a lot of fire and air. Um, so anyway, moving forward, that's the general energy of the week, and I want to go into specifics for this week. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining. So here's the specific astrological aspects for the week of September 1st through the 7th, and this is energy that will affect us all. And following this, then I will do your TarotScopes for your signs. Okay. So today, Monday the 1st of September, Saturn will retrograde back into Pisces. And so this is a time that, as you may know, Saturn has been sitting in that first degree, 0 degree, the very, very tip had just just tipped into Aries earlier this year, activating that new time, new era energy, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So it is retrograding, giving us the opportunity right now to reevaluate our goals and our commitments. Saturn represents commitments, hard work. Assess your spiritual progress, because Pisces is all about spirituality, and shore up your emotional foundations right now. You have to ask yourself, are you tackling your karmic challenges at this time? Or is it time to do your inner work? Do you have some inner work that you need to really look at, your shadow work? So this will turn direct. Saturn will turn back direct again on November 27th, still in Pisces, and it will return to Aries for 3 years in February. Okay. So again, this will be felt mostly by those with a strong Pisces in their chart, and bringing a sense of responsibility and hard work and really time to review. But we should all feel this energy as well. Okay. And this could challenge some people who have a strong Pisces, sun, moon, or rising, they like to keep their heads in the clouds and dream and meditate and, all those things, maybe a little bit out of touch with reality. And Saturn is all about reality, structure, order. And so, and Pisces will get an extra nudge this week, a pretty strong one, with the full moon total eclipse coming on Sunday, which I'll talk about more below. Also on this day, on the 1st, we will see a trine between Black Moon Lilith and Jupiter. I don't talk about Black Moon Lilith often, but I just want to bring it up because we spoke about last week about the feminine rising. We're in a time of the feminine coming back into balance with the masculine energy. And Black Moon Lilith represents our deep hidden desires, and it aligns with feminine oppression, but also the deep underlying power that we have. So it is somewhat of a feminine energy. Remember, whatever your gender, whatever gender you identify with, we all have masculine and feminine in our auras. And so this today, with the help of Jupiter, this aspect brings empowerment and courage and freedom of self-expression, right? This helps us with that rising feminine energy on our planet, and allows us to step into our authentic self and raise our intuitive abilities. Okay. Wednesday the 3rd, Jupiter will trine North Node. So Jupiter, what does it do? It expands. And North Node is about what your purpose is here our earth. So this aspect helps us to fully step into our dharma or our purpose. And it expands the true nature of who we came here to be. Jupiter is also on the third. Jupiter's also squaring Mars, which can. Oh, by the way, let me go back a little bit to the Jupiter trine North Node. Since North node and South Node are directly opposite each other, if Jupiter is trining one, it's also trining the other. So it's trining the South Node too, helping us to move past the old and the things that we want, the lessons we have learned, and we want to move beyond. Okay. Jupiter is also squaring Mars, as I said, as I started to say, which can expand some of the maybe more aggressive forces that we're seeing in the world or in ourselves, right? This can also spur people on to take action. It gives energy to a movement of people. So if you think about anything happening in the world, this may help people to, really kind of take action. And with this aspect, we're asked to stop and think and resist the temptation to act impulsively, right? So if it's in your personal life, we don't want to say things or do things that we're going to regret. Okay, and Friday the 5th of September, Uranus will go retrograde in Gemini. So we have several planets in retrograde right now. So it has just moved into the sign of Gemini a few months ago, which brings freedom and rebelliousness and breakthroughs to our thoughts and communication. But since it will be turning retrograde, it makes us brings an opportunity for introspection. What does your freedom and individuality mean to you, right? What would it take to express yourself and sort of allow yourself to fully express who you are at this time? Uranus will back up into Taurus, so it will keep moving backwards into Taurus in November, and then return back to Gemini, where it will stay for, I believe, 8 years next year. Okay. All right. So remember that Uranus, one of the outer planets, as an outer planet, they take longer to do their transits. Okay. But they're more impactful as a result. All right. And finally, what I want to talk to you about this week, on Sunday, we have the total lunar eclipse at 15 degrees of Pisces, Sunday, September 7th. And this is a time for emotional release and spiritual insights. The moon represents our emotions and spirituality, intuition, things like that. Full moons are time for culmination, where we see things come to fruition that we set into motion. But when we see a full moon with an eclipse, this amplifies the energy tenfold and beyond, and the energy lasts for up to 3 to 6 months. So really, use your intention now. Yes. Use that intention and to set your hopes, dreams, and wishes into motion. I want to say too, it's also a time for healing old wounds, because Pisces and Virgo, the axis that we're in right now with these eclipses, activate healing. Okay, what do we need to heal? Healing old wounds. Okay, and if you have a prominent Pisces in your chart, and especially if you have any planets that are close to 15 degrees of Pisces within 3 to 5 degrees or so on either side, you will especially feel this energy, whatever that planet represents and what house it's in. So, and I can tell you on a personal level, I have my natal Chiron, which is the wounded healer, at 15 degrees of Pisces. So this energy will last for 3 to 6 months. And I just want to say, you, like I just said, and I want to say, use this energy, don't fight it, ride the wave of momentum that it brings. Okay, so now moving on to our TarotScopes for all signs for the week of September 1st through the 7th of the week. Yeah. And thank you, Annie Bear. I do reside in Colorado. I am in lovely Denver, Colorado. Yeah. Enrique says, I'm a Cancer, so I'm going to take a shower now. I'm a Cancer rising, and I should be in the shower. Okay, please remember that these are general readings for your sun, rising, and moon sign, or for any planet that figures strongly in your chart. Remember also that we all have unique birth charts, so please take what resonates and leave the rest, and consult your personal chart for more detail. I start on a different sign each week, and this week we're starting in Scorpio, and I'll be using my Dreaming Way Tarot. There's the Sword of Truth this week. Yeah, it feels dreamy. I feel like with all that Pisces, that full moon in Pisces, I'm feeling the need for a dreamy deck. Oh, wow, that was fast, Enrique. You're saving water. Okay. Hi, Lucy. So good to see you. All right. As usual, well, let's see. I changed it last week, and I'm going to stick with this. I pull 3 cards now. It was 4, but I pull 3 cards for each sign of the zodiac to give us a glimpse of the following questions. What is the energy of the week? First card. Second card, what are the cautions? Or if there are no cautions, what should I be aware of? And lastly, what actions does Spirit want me to take this week? Oh, thank you. Yes, Ms. Sherlock, you are correct. We are sensitive. It's funny though, because I have a balance between water, air, and fire in my chart. I have very little. Well, I do have, and I have a stellium in earth. So I feel like I'm probably not as sensitive as many, emotionally sensitive anyway, to many cancers. So I am going to put on my glasses. I'm sorry for the glare. I just have to see what I'm doing. Okay, we're moving on to Scorpio, our first sign. Thank you so much, Margaret D, for putting that in. All right. You're sensitive to a fault, Enrique. Okay, Scorpio. Here we go for you. Hold on one second. Something on my... I need to... Okay. All right. Okay, Scorpio. So the first, the energy of the week for you, Scorpio, is this beautiful 6 of Cups. I love it. I like this deck because it's kind of, I don't know, fairy tale-y. That's why I said it feels very Piscean to me. All right. So the 6 of Cups is all about looking to the past, looking to the good times of the past, and remembering things, that part of our lives. Hi, Leegi. Good to see you. Happy Labor Day. Is it Labor Day in somebody? I don't know if you said it. Is it also Labor Day in Canada? Yeah. Okay. And thank you, Enrique. It bothers me. When I look back, I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. So the 6 of Cups, beautiful energy of really kind of good times. It also denotes children. So I talked about this being a time of back to school for many kids, right? So we want to kind of be mindful of that. And so really, really nice, compassionate, kind, gentle, sweet energy this week. Childlike curiosity for you, Scorpio. Not a very typical Scorpion way to be. Okay. And the caution of the week is the 5 of Wands. Yes. Oh, it is Labor Day in Canada too. I love how you all use the proper English spelling of labor too, with O-U-R. We've bastardized it in the US. Okay, the 5 of Wands speaks of conflict. What is the caution this week? is this inner conflict, or do you have somebody in your life who's maybe kind of a burr in your saddle, so to speak, a rock in your shoe? This is petty conflict, generally speaking. This is saying, stay. This could be some of that energy we talked about with Jupiter squaring Mars. This is saying, let's not be reactive. Let's not be, like impulsive. Let's really try to keep our heads about us. Okay. And what action does Spirit want us to take? So the Hierophant, I love this because it's saying this week that's a really good time, Scorpio, for you to look to your higher power. Look to your higher self, look to your mentors, look for spiritual guidance at this time. This could simply mean go within and be mindful now, be spiritually mindful, right? It's interesting we use mindfulness when we're really talking about getting out of our minds and into our hearts. But really nice time for you to do that. Okay. All right, moving on to Sagittarius. Enrique says, I got reprimanded in grade school for using British spellings since I read a lot of UK stories. You read a lot of UK stories as a kid. Isn't that funny? Wow, you got reprimanded for that. It seems to me that they would appreciate that. But, Enrique, when we grew up, it was all about conformity, right? We had to conform. It was all about structure, order, conformity, hierarchy. Things have changed. In fact, I got to say, I hire a lot of young people. Oh, my goodness. The spelling is atrocious. Spelling is atrocious, and I have a hard time myself, sort of like getting my head around it and being, accepting of that, because I know that it's less of a thing. All right, moving on to Sagittarius. Ooh, okay. I feel like you got your card, Sagittarius. Look at you with all these queens. Okay. Nice week for you, Sagittarius. You got your card with this Queen of Wands, right? Sagittarius is fire energy. We talked about all that fire energy we've been having. The energy of the week is passion, fire, going for what you want, and determination. So Sagittarius, you may find yourself feeling extra determined to achieve your goals or to go after your creative passions this week. Cautions of the week. The Eight of Cups. There may be something right now, Sagittarius, that you need to leave behind, right? There may be something in your life that you know there's something else out there. Do you see? I always point this out. We have 8 full cups, but you know that there are 2 more out there for you to get, right? So you may decide that it's time to, maybe move. Maybe somebody out there is moving to a new house or to a new state or a new country, right? Maybe somebody is changing jobs. Like, that this job is no longer fulfilling you. Hi, Liz. Good to see you. Hi, Daniel. Great to see you too. And so this is just speaking to some change that's coming to you in your life. So it's a caution, but it's really maybe not a caution. It's just something to be aware of, moving into your space. And actions that Spirit wants you to take this week. Queen of Pentacles. This is saying seek stability and recognize the stability that you have in your life. The Queen of Pentacles, you can see here that she's holding this little baby. She's holding a coin, right? So she's extremely nurturing, very nurturing. So this is saying nurture yourself and maybe those around you. Be kind and generous to those around you, because she's good. This queen is fairly good to people in her realm, so to speak, right? So be good to yourself, be good to others right now. Miss Sherlock, very basic general knowledge of younger, 23 and under, surprisingly low. Yeah. Gen Z. Moving on to Capricorn. Thank you. Capricorn. I'm losing cards. Uh-oh. Some changes coming for some of you Capricorns out there. The Tower. Energy of the week is change and sudden change. This is something you may not see coming. Perhaps there's like this, the other cards are actually kind of nice, but when the Tower comes, if it's surrounded by difficult cards, it might be a difficult challenge, a difficult change. But this one is saying that with the other cards I see here, that the change is probably for the better. In fact, I'm going to say that the Tower is always for the better, whether it feels good or not. But this one might be gentle. Hi, John Scarborough. Miss Sherlock, 75, so you can see it. Oh, yes, you do. We do see the change, right? Penmanship is not a thing anymore, Miss Sherlock. Okay. What you should be aware of this week, this does not feel like a caution. This is Two of Wands, speaks to making plans. This could be travel plans too, or an opportunity to move around the world, something like that, because this fella is holding on to a globe, right? So there might be some global things that activities that are coming into your space, right? But at its essence, the Two of Wands speaks to making plans, putting your lists, making your lists, checking it twice, doing the actions that you need to set a new thing into motion. And I'm going to say Spirit is confirming that, because the action they want you to take is the Fool. Brand new beginnings. This is a whole new fresh start in a whole new area. Are you changing jobs? Are you moving away? Are you taking a trip around the world? Are you starting, going back to school? What is this? But this is a new journey, a brand new journey. And you're asked, you're reminded that a journey starts with the first step, right? You need to take the first step. So thank you for that, Capricorn. Nice. Big old changes coming. All right. Oh, we had some jumpers already. That was too many. I'm going to take that back. Aquarius. Aquarius, remember, I'm curious if we have any Aquarius in the room. You do have Pluto in your sign for the next, oh gosh, what is it, 14, 15? I can't remember how many years, 18, 20 years. Remind me, anybody know? All right, Aquarius. And that affects all the air signs. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Okay. Well, the energy of the week. This is a tough one to start with, Aquarius. Your Aquarius moon, Heather. Hi. Good morning. Heather's in Alaska. Are you having your first cup of coffee? Three of Swords. Oh no, this is heartbreak and betrayal. This is really kind of sitting in some difficult emotions right now. What is that for you? All right. And Heather, moon does denote your emotional state, right? So is there some sadness in your life? Are you feeling like somebody is really kind of not, maybe did you wrong somehow or disappointed you? What is that for you? And we have kind of a similar card too, the Moon card. What are the cautions of the week? So the moon can bring anxiety. The moon can bring, a little worry over things that are hidden in our lives, right? Things that are unknown. So, and the fact that we have the full moon eclipse this week is extra impactful. So what does that mean? Like, is there something in your life that's really kind of weighing on you at this moment, right? What does Spirit want you to know, though? You've got the Nine of Pentacles. This is stability, security. This is the ability to really kind of enjoy the 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 things that you've surrounded yourself with, the money that you've made, the home that you've built, the things in your life, the health and the wealth in your life. Spirit wants you to focus on that and maybe not on some of these other things in your life right now. Okay. Moving on to Pisces. Big week for Pisces, as I said. Look, if you didn't hear the beginning, go back to Pisces. Go back to the start where I talk about the Pisces energy this week. So this full moon eclipse is in Pisces. We also have some other activations in Pisces this week as well. So the energy of the week for Pisces. Oh, wow. Okay. Energy of the week for Pisces is the Knight of Wands. This is saying it's time to take action. Knights are action. Wands are action. Fire on fire. Action on action. It's saying, let's go. Like, get on your shoes and go now. Time to come out of the starting gate with gusto, right? So if you're working on getting, I don't know, a new job, or looking at taking, like maybe following, taking a class, or starting a new creative endeavor, this is the time. What are the cautions for the week? Well, I don't feel like the Two of Cups is a caution at all. I feel like this is a let's be aware of what's coming. The Two of Cups is all about connection, forming bonds. You see the little heart shapes up there. It's love. It's love energy, but it could be if you're not looking for, romantic love, this could be beautiful friendships coming together. This can also mean signing contracts, right? Maybe signing on the dotted line for that new job, or for something else in your life. But this is lovely energy. Excuse me. And what does Spirit want you to know, right? The Eight of Swords is a little difficult. This is saying, no. Excuse me. This is saying that with the Eight of Swords, if Spirit is bringing this to our attention, they're saying, you are trapped right now. You may be trapped, some of you Pisces, in a prison of your own mind that you've created in your own mind. They're saying, take off the blindfold and realize that you have more control over your circumstances than you know. It's saying, get going, right? Get moving and do the thing that you want to do. And maybe you are, maybe you need to get back out there in the playing field and meet new people, or maybe you're getting engaged, or maybe you're, it's time to ask somebody out for a cup of coffee or for dinner, whatever that is for you, Pisces. Okay. Or rekindle a love relationship that you're already in. Okay. Thank you, Miss Sherlock. That's sweet. Margaret D. Yes, Aries. All right. What is the energy of the week for Aries? Okay, Aries, you've just lost. If you have Aries prominent in your chart, you've just had Saturn leave your sign temporarily, which may take some pressure off. Saturn brings responsibility. So it just left your sign and went into Pisces. Pisces, your turn. Okay, very nice. Oh, this feels very Aries. All right, the Emperor is the energy of the week for you. This is saying you are large and in charge. You're in control of your destiny right now. So take advantage of that energy. Yes. Hi, Cecilia. Good to see you. Anyway, so this is really beautiful. This does feel very Aries energy. Sometimes Aries can be that Aries can be that kind of maybe even a little strong energy, like a little too in control, a little dictatorish, but it does feel like your energy, like you're kind of feeling your oats. Maybe that's now that Saturn moved out of your sign. Okay. What are the cautions of the week? Uh-oh, the Five of Swords. This is the bully. This is a conflict with somebody. Is there somebody in your life right now, Aries, that is kind of just giving you a hard time? These are swords, so this is mental energy. This is it's within our ability to not dwell on whatever that may be for you, whatever that may be for you. We have a small group this morning. Thanks for having coffee with me. I just finished mine, my second cup. Heather? Okay. Small group this morning. I switched up the time on everybody, and it's a holiday, so I'm happy to see anybody here. And of course, people can watch in the replay. All right, the Knight of Swords are the actions that Spirit wants you to take this week. So, like we had with Pisces, is saying, you know what? Put your ideas into motion right now. You've been thinking about it, learning new skills. Now it's time to go, go, go. Travel. You said it could be travel. Let's do it. This is taking action. This is actually putting your mind to work right now. This could be communicating as well. So let's do it. This is air on this is action, I should say, like air energy, swords, taking using your mind with action, right? Taking action on your ideas. Sorry, stumbling. All right, moving on to Taurus. Our Taurus friends. Thank you, Margaret. You're so good. You're right on top of things. As you may or may not know, I place the cards back in randomly in the deck, and then I give them a shuffle. Haven't seen too many repeat cards today, so interesting the energy this week. All the signs are really kind of individual. Okay. Oh, nice. Well, I do see a repeat. All right. So the energy of the week for Taurus is the Seven of Pentacles. This energy asks us to lay the groundwork, do the, it's I should say, plant the seeds and water them and fertilize them, give them nutrients, grow them with care. It's also asking us to look back and make sure that we did everything that we could do, right? This is a little bit retrospective. So this is just saying, let's kind of check to make sure that we've done all we can do, right? With our health, with our wealth, with our tangible assets. Okay, and you too. Here's our second this is the second time we've seen this. And in the area of what should you be aware of? Is love coming in for you, Taurus? Right? Is that connection energy strong right now? Are you looking for a new relationship? Or do you want to form stronger bonds with your honey, whoever that is? By the way, if John Scarborough is here, it is our anniversary tomorrow. I can't believe it. 35 years. 35 years. Yes, we were 12 when we got married. Anyway, so Two of Cups is beautiful energy that's saying just be aware that the opportunity to connect with others is strong this week. What actions does Spirit want me to take? 35 years. There he goes. Six of Swords. Six of Swords is talking about leaving some difficult situation behind for calmer waters, right? In this energy, maybe we're moving out of a bad relationship and into a good, a space where we can be comfortable with ourselves again. Or maybe we're leaving a job, or we're moving. This is the card of moving. And they said it wouldn't last. Is that what they said, Enrique? Oh, I got lucky. Thank you, Margaret. I appreciate that. Thank you, Liz. I appreciate that. So anyway, this is saying, Taurus, that you're going to be, make the moves, like to set that change into motion, move out of that difficulty, especially with this in love and in areas of things like that. All right. Are you saying I was very lucky? Yes, I was. All right. Moving on to Gemini. Did I do Aries? Yes, I did. Okay. I always feel like I miss Aries for some reason. I don't know why. It's an unconscious thing. Sorry for the noise when I slap these on the table. Okay. All right. Ooh, Gemini. Woo-hoo-hoo. Look at you. Energy of the week, the King of Pentacles. Do you have some money coming your way? This is about being in control of your resources. This is about being in control of your job or your health. Pentacles are health and wealth, right? So this is about being large and in charge, just like that emperor, in control. But this is also the ability to be compassionate and kind to all those around you too. Generous. Okay. What cautions of the week? The Death card. This is a week where transformation is possible, right? Transformative change is possible for you this week, Gemini, right? Leaving old energies behind with that lunar eclipse and moving forward in a whole new direction. We've got to leave things behind to make room for new. All right. What actions does Spirit want you to take? I would say this is not an action they want you to take. 5 of Wands says, that you need to be aware of the potential for conflict, right? And stay out of that conflict. We talked about that earlier. If, we've got that Jupiter square Mars this week, where we have to really kind of think before we speak, before we act. And so with the 5 of Wands, we're asked to, Spirit wants us to really kind of steer clear of any of that nonsense that doesn't serve you. Yay, Geminis. We don't want the conflict. No. Oh my gosh. Yes, Gemini stellium. We've got a lot of Geminis in the room. Okay. Cancer. So I've said I'm a Cancer rising. I know we have a few Cancers in the room. Enrique, are you here for it? Heather is a Cancer sun. Okay. You're welcome, Margaret. Let me take a little sip. Getting a little froggy. Oh, Cancer. Wow. Sorry, my nose itches. I always say when my nose itches, that's like the guides are really trying to get my attention. Okay. All right. So look at the energy for you, Cancer. We get the Ace of Wands. This is about new beginnings in a very passionate, fiery area of our lives, right? This is taking action. This is following your bliss, right? Okay. Very, very nice, Cancer. I like it. And this feels like a Cancer card to me. Queen of Pentacles is nurturing and kind. I know it's not water energy, but this Queen, this is the what you should be aware of this week. Queen of Pentacles speaks of taking care of others, being kind and generous and nurturing to others, right? Feeding your soul and feeding others, being nurturing to yourself. Sorry, itchy nose. And this also could, sometimes when we see this card, this denotes mother and child energy, right? So is there something going on with your mom or your child that you're worried about them or taking care of them? So keep that in mind. What action does Spirit want you to take? Well, Two of Swords asks us to make decisions, get out of our head. You're kind of in a stalemate right now. It's time to really kind of make a decision so that you can move in a direction. Especially with this eclipse energy, we want to utilize that. So let's stop. Let's stop sitting there in our headspace and actually make a decision. Because, fish or cut bait, as they say. All right, moving on to Leo. Yes, mother energy. Oh, yes, Enrique. Okay. Liz is also a Cancer rising. Yep. I know, Liz, you have daughter energy on your mind. And I've got child energy as well. We've been thinking about our kids, too, with their job struggles. Leo. Hi, Rosaire. Okay, Leo. John's a Leo rising. I always have to remind him. Oh, you got your card, Leo. Wow, this is a good one for you, Leo. Okay. You got the sun. Okay, this is very, very Leo energy. Illumination. Full illumination out in the sunshine. The sun is also, you always see a baby in that card, and that means new energy and potential for great new things, right? This is sweet, gentle, kind, success, all that good stuff. Heather, always thinking about your daughter, as you know. Yeah. Yes, I do. Miss Sherlock, Leo sun, Leo moon, good Lord. Oh, right. The entertainer, right? I just heard that. Do you know Steve Martin, comedian, actor? He's a triple Leo. Makes sense, right? Leos are the entertainers. They like to be out in front. All right. What are the actions, or what should you be aware of this week? 6 of Pentacles is all about gratitude and generosity, right? Giving and receiving. So the energy of the week for you Leos is, maybe there's somebody in your life that needs your help, or maybe you need help, and it's saying the help is coming. Okay, but it also says let's make sure that we sit in gratitude for everything that we have. Very beautiful card. Absolutely. I love the cards this week. They're really interesting. They're really nice. Okay, and the actions that Spirit wants you to take this week. This is saying 8 of Pentacles says get to work, right? Really kind of hone your skills. If you're working on, learning mediumship, right? Really take the time to dive deep. If you're learning, if you're working on, if you're going to school, like really apply yourself. If you're starting a new job, really take the time, to get to understand your trade. Okay, so this is just talking about it's a time to apply yourself. Spirit wants you to put your nose to the grindstone right now. Okay, I love it. Ooh, I just got a little chill too. I have a Leo moon as well. Miss Sherlock. Oh, you have Leo sun and Mercury. Okay. Uh-oh. That was my phone. Sorry. Thanks, John. He just interrupted this broadcast. I don't know if you heard that. All right, Virgo. And we have Virgo and Libra. So just 2 more to go. And then I'm going to let everybody go and have a beautiful Labor Day to go take a bike ride, do whatever. I want to ask you, Margaret, and I know we have a few Canadians, if Leiji is still here, how's the weather where you are? You adore Steve Martin. I do too. I really like his energy. I think he exudes, he's a funny guy, but he exudes kindness. I have a feeling he's a really kind, generous person. It's lovely in Ontario, Leiji. Oh, good. Do you have cold weather coming though? Because I saw a report that said that there's like a cold front coming down through Canada and into the northern U.S. Okay. All right, Virgo. Ha! Guys, I shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I do. Look at you. You too get the Sun card. All right, Virgo. All right. I know we have some Virgos in the room too. I have a Virgo stellium. Right? Again, success, joy, happiness, illumination, all the potential. Really, really great. It might not be cold for me because I live in Colorado, Leiji, but maybe for some here. Yes. Oh, pleasant. 71 degrees. That's beautiful. It's been like that here too. It's a little chilly at night and it's warm during the day. Okay. The caution this week. Again, stay out of the conflict, Virgo. Stay out of conflict. Don't let the naysayers get under your skin. All right. Don't let that buzzing bee, really annoy you. Don't say anything. Just ignore. Walk away. Okay. And you too. Very similar reading to Cancer and to Leo. It's saying the Two of Pentacles. You really need to find balance right now. Maybe you're juggling your finances, Virgo. Maybe you're juggling your health. Maybe you're juggling, some other aspect of your life. Your job is sort of keeping you off kilter, but they're saying find that balance in your life. Spirit wants you to find balance and make, this is also kind of making decisions as well. Make a decision to take care of yourself. Very good. Really pleasant in Virginia. Okay. Yes, my family back east is reporting nice weather too. Very good. I think the only place that it's really hot right now is in California, which means it's coming our way really soon. Hi, just visiting. Happy Labor Day. Good to see you. All right, it is Libra time. We are entering, this is the first day of September, entering the month of Libra, right? When Libra begins. So here we go. My sun sign. Okay. All right. And that conflict card, I just want to say we saw that come up a few times, so we all should pay attention to that. Okay. All right. Well, Libra, energy of the week for you is the Seven of Wands. This is a card of resilience. They're saying be strong. There might be you might have some headwinds right now that are kind of giving you, making it difficult to move forward, but be strong. You're still standing. You just, you have to recognize the blessing that you've taken the hill and you're holding your ground. Okay. Whatever that may be for you, put it into your context. All right. What should you be aware of this week? The Queen of Cups. Once again, we have a queen with a little child, right? Heather, Libra rising. You said you worry about your daughter. Yeah, there's this card often speaks to nurturing, kindness. This is a very Cancer card as well. Heather, you're a Cancer sun. This speaks to intuition and really tapping into your heart space and caring and loving others, right? And loving ourselves. Yeah. You're Libra, Annie Bear. Okay, me too. All right. And last, what action does Spirit want me to take right now? Is the Four of Swords. You know what? Four of Swords talks about really taking the time to take care of yourself, to really step off the treadmill and go within a little bit. Maybe this could be meditating. This could also be resting up if you're feeling a little under the weather. I know, Annie Bear, you've been having a little sore throat. I hope that's feeling better for you. But it's also saying, maybe just take some time for yourself. Go, take a bubble bath, read a book, take a walk around the block, whatever that is that really kind of helps you center yourself. So that's nice energy. Okay. Neither Taurus or Gemini moon. Okay. With either Gemini or Taurus rising. Why you're saying either? Are you talking about different types of astrology? I do Western, so. Okay. All right, guys. Well, you know what? I'm feeling like I want to pull 3 cards for the collective, right? For this week. Yes. Went to the clinic for sore throats of 2 weeks. We'll go again tomorrow. Closed. My throat has, by the way, been a little sore, but it's really kind of more like allergic, kind of scratchy. You can kind of hear it in my voice. Our allergies are high. Okay, 3 cards for the collective. Thank you so much for coming here on this beautiful Labor Day. And this is what we all need to know. Oh, these are beautiful. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. All right. The Page of Wands is saying, like, let's take action now. Let's follow our passions now. The page is new energy. Like maybe there's something new that you really want to get started. We're entering a new season with these eclipses soon. And this is saying this is a good time to really kind of start some new things in our lives that really fill our, fill our cup, so to speak. Follow our bliss. Okay. We also get this card of the High Priestess. This is saying it's, you see that moon there too, right? Because of the eclipse. It's saying this is a really beautiful time to just drop into your heart space, into your intuition, really dig deep into your soul. What does your soul want now? And look at this. They are confirming that you've got this. The Magician card, look at her. She's, sorry for the term, she's a badass. Right? The Magician can do anything that they want. They have all of the tools at their disposal. Spirit wants you to know that you can manifest anything you want. It's as simple as that, but we get in our own way, don't we? So this is saying, take action, follow your intuition, and just and do it with the Magician, because we can all do this. Okay. Just visiting offered a remedy. Take a cold washcloth, lay down and wrap it around your neck. It's shocking at first. It will cool off the soreness in your throat. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it. I am going to drop off because I feel like everybody has things that they want to do today. The weather's beautiful. I want to also say that I will be on with Medium Kim in about 50 minutes. So if you're so around and you're not out taking a bike ride or, just sitting in the yard with a cool glass of iced tea, please join us, where she's going to demonstrate a new soul art technique that she's doing. And I am so excited to be her subject, so that it'll be fun. And we are going to do a few readings as well. So join us on my channel. Oh, it's 11:11 right now, guys. 11:11. Make it happen. So join us on my channel or hers, and we will see you around. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.